Alright, BobalosRex here, and we're talking Hallow's End. So, I wanted to go over this post, because this post has some good stuff, and a very interesting thing that I realized. So, let's get into it. So, Hallow's End this year, October 18th, November till November 1st. 2 weeks. Alright, I'll show you on the calendar when I go to the game. So, it talks about trick-or-treating through all the inns of Azeroth. If you don't know, with Hallow's End, all the inns have little candy buckets. You can go to them. If you're below level cap, you get experience and candy. And then you take the tricky treats and you can buy stuff at the vendor, which I'm going to show off in a second. You can also queue up and get Headless Horseman armor and Transmog here. So this is the new mount. This is okay, so I'm gonna explain this because people are still confused at how this mechanic works, and there are workarounds, but it's not the way you want. So face the Headless Horseman's Haunting Challenge daily for a chance to receive the Headless Horseman's Ghoulish Charger Skywriting mount, and you're guaranteed to gain access to ghastly pieces of Transmog. So how new mounts have been working, right? So, he's showing up. So, the way these mounts have been working, the Brewfest mount and stuff like that, is your first box of the day on your account has a chance to get this mount. Extra ones do not. That's how Blizzard has described it. That's what they have told us, and that's how it's been working. Should it be working that way? Well, that's up for debate. But older mounts, the Kodo, the Ram, the original Horseman mount, those still work. And even the Heartbreaker still work on there is a rare chance to get it. The Heartbreaker has an even lower chance, FYI. It's like 0.3. But the original mounts still have the chance to drop in any box. But the way these recent mounts and the armors, because there is Halloween armor, is the first one you do on your account per day has a higher chance. Or has the only chance to get it. Okay? Because they want to stop alt farming. Well, I'm going to tell you a method players have come up with. I've seen people talk about it for the Brewfest Bomber and get it. I missed out on the Bomber. I know some people missed out on the Bomber. And there is a strategy to push for this, but I'll talk about it at the end. But the armor here is easy to get. Honestly, you can just run this on alts in one day and get all the armor. Okay? Okay, so I'd run it, and I was getting multiple pieces of the armor as I ran it on alts. So the armor is easy to get. The mount, you can try to run it on alts. I'm not going to tell you to not try to run it on alts. And if you get it on an alt run for the day, you need to post that to Wowhead. Because as far as we know, according to Wowhead and all the people that do this stuff, it's once a day chance. But there are workarounds involving other accounts. And we'll talk about that at the end. But yeah, so you can get this level 10 through 80. You queue up, do the Horseman, you can get the armor. There's 9 pieces of armor. There's 2 types of helms, you'll see. One with the cowl and one without. And yeah, the mount. The updated mount. And like I said, you can still get the original mount. And when you do the Horseman encounter, I am going to mention this right now. When you walk in, there's going to be Wickermen on your left. Alright? You talk to the middle one, you light them all. That gives you a bonus chance to get the new mount. That gives you a bonus chance to get the old mount. Gives you a bonus chance to get Arphis. So make sure you click on the Wickerman buff to increase your odds for the day. Alright? So do that. Because I've seen a lot of people get the new mount. And I think it's get those buffs. Alright? I wish they would have had a buff system for the Brewfest boss. Alright, if that's the case. So, if you're a solo player, the best way to go for this mount, listen up. Turn the Wickerman on, and then fight the boss. It is going to add mechanics but the boss usually melts if everybody's involved. All right, so make sure you do that. Just make sure you're dodging the mechanics you gotta dodge. So, because if you get killed by the mechanic, you do miss out on the bonus. All right, but there are some other ghastly goodies. So they talked about this set, right? So the Transmog set from last year is indeed purchasable by this vendor right here, right? We can see the Transmog set, the patchwork set that dropped from the Horseman last year right here, as well as other items from last year. All right, even the claws, you know, we got the claws here. So that is not the color of the set that we are shown in this picture. All right, FYI. All right, that is not the color. I'm trying to figure out, was this on the trading post, or is this an unused one that they used randomly? But now I'm like, yo, Blizzard, where's this set, Blizzard? Give us this set. You posted it. Blizzard posted this. We all see it. Blizzard posted it. Where's the set? All right, there are a couple new items. Takes 100 tricky treats. You can get the Horseman's Ghoulish Great Blade. Look at this thing. This thing looks cool. You can get the Not So Great Blade, just the Ghoulish Blade. I like that. And the Ghoulish Bulwark. So I'm excited. More Horsemen set to go along with the one from the trading post. I'm excited. So that's 300 tricky treats for the new stuff from the vendor. Not too bad. And then good luck running the Horseman mount. So let's talk about how I do this, but let me finish reading this. So yeah, there's this set that isn't, where is the set, Blizzard? Then we got the weapons. They talked about all the previous rewards here. I will link this. And now let's get into my strategies. Okay, so what have I been talking about? I'm like, there's a strategy. Oh, I do the strategy. So first off, if you're gonna farm tricky treats, right? FYI, Horde, to access the vendors, you need to set Undercity to the past. FYI. Our Hallow's End vendors have been destroyed for so long, Blizzard, on the Horde side. When is Undercity going to get rebuilt? But anyways, Horde's in Undercity, Alliance is in Stormwind, easy for them. But what are these strategies I'm talking about? So if you're going to farm the tricky treats, let's get that out the way. For tricky treats, I like to use alts, but the trick is you take an alt that's not level capped, right? Then you go around on them and you get all the ends and candy buckets, because you're not only getting gold, you're getting tricky treats and you're getting experience. All right, I level tunes that way. You can literally do it AFK. So it like I just hit a flight path, walk away, come back, click the candy butt, hit the next flight path, easy peasy, right? Because it's just at the end, any end, right? Or most ends in the zones. So, now, let's talk about the Horseman mount thing. Because I don't got it, but I did do some science today. So, the cheese strat that is developing amongst the big mount collectors, right? And other people have talked about this. This isn't original to me. I've read about this on Wowhead. I've also seen videos about this. So, the trick is you get 5 accounts. Your main one and 4 alt accounts. Alright? Now, I'm talking alt accounts. So if you don't know, you can basically make extra WoWs, basically starter editions, right? So you load them up, and these accounts have your collection, have your pets, have all your stuff basically, and are attached to your main account. So you can load them up, make an allied race that's level 10, right? Then you take those level 10s and you invite yourself. That takes a little work. Make sure you're on the same server if you're doing this. But you invite yourself, same faction. You can't queue cross-faction, but inviting yourself is a pain in the butt. So you get all same faction, invite yourself. So you're a 5 stack of yourself. Okay? You get your strongest tune, you can basically solo the horseman. Okay? And then apparently, how this works, right? Unless Blizzard fixes this, and honestly, I think they should. I don't think this is a good strat. I hate having to do this, but what I hate is this 1-a-day bonus bullshit. The mount should drop like all the old mounts. If I run alts, I want a chance at the mount. The more I run that mount, I want a higher chance to get that mount. So if I want to no life the event and run 50 alts in one day and get the mount and be done, let me, right? However long it takes me. This idea, like, they're going to add bad luck protection in this 1-a-day and only put the mount behind the 1-a-day, to me is so silly. It's so silly. I wish they would change it or come out and say, yo, this is how it works now. We did change it, because some people are saying, oh no, it does this, oh this. I'm going with current info. So the strat is you get your 5 stack, you do it. At the point of receiving all 5 boxes on your account, they all get the bonus. All 5 boxes that you get in that 5 stack group of yourself get the bonus a day and can get that mount. So the trick, people were doing this with the bomber. You invite yourself, you kill the boss, you open all the boxes, and each of those boxes have a chance at the mount because it was part of the 1-a-day bonus. Alright? That's how it works. Like I said, it's already been done. I don't like it. I don't want to do it. You know, it lags out my computer to hell. Only people with good enough computers can do it. They can run 5 WoWs at once. And have a character geared enough to kill the boss. You know, I think the best strat is honestly just 1 run character. Use the Wicker Man, and good luck, y'all. But I'm going to try to Wicker Man with 5 people. Tomorrow. Because I want the mount. I'm tired of not getting these mounts. Because I can only do it once a day. I have all these characters. I have all this time. I can run multiple characters. But if they only make it so the first run of the day on your account, that don't work for me, dude. That don't work for me. They tried to stop mount collectors from going ham with alts, and they've only made it worse. It's like the add-on escalation. It's crazy. Anyways, thank y'all for watching. That's what's new in Hallow's End. Really simple stuff. 3 transmog from the vendor, 300 tricky treats, an armor set from the horseman, which you can just farm out easy in a day, and the mount, which is 1 a day. Use the Worker Man. Good luck, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.